Hello, hello, all the kings men. Welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes, yes, yes. Why? I am excited. Why? Because you have made it across another week. You have pressed in spite of what you believe, in spite of what happened, in spite of everything coming at you. You said, I'm pressing in because greater on the inside of me than what I see. I know destiny, I know purpose is calling, and I know that I have an ability. To reach my destiny. Glory be to God. All the kings men, thank you once again for stopping by. Because why? I'm excited. Why? Because you have desired, you've made the conscious decision. I'm better than what I see today. I am better than what I saw yesterday. I am going to continue to press in. As long as I continue to press, progress is being made. Remember, little progress is better than no progress. Glory be to God. So if you continue to press in, it's so important that we don't get stagnant looking at everybody else around us saying, oh, they making progress. You don't realize they could be just making noise. They could be fooling their mind. It could be their tactics of how they keep themselves going, even though they're not going nowhere. All the kingsmen, what am I saying? Don't be fooled by what you hear and what you see. Come on, come on, come on, come on in. Come on in. Drop a line, like, tag, share. Let me know what's going on. Thank you for joining in today, wherever you may be. But don't be fooled by what you hear and what you see. Why am I saying that? Because many people have a lot to say. Many people are talking. And they're talking just to hear themselves talk. Why am I saying that? Because you have so many social media platforms. You got so much. There is so ease. There is an ease of access to flood the markets with information. However, not all the information is true. So therefore, you have to spend time tediously needling, threading the needle through all the information, through all the stuff that's being thrown at you. You got to sift through the garbage can. You got to look because there is information that you hear it, then you got to sift it, then you got to filter it. It comes in this way and it goes out that way. That means that in here is where it has to be filtered. Yes, it's coming at you. Yes, it's coming in, but you must be aware. You must be aware. Why? Because the information is being thrown out you at this. It's to cause a response. It's to cause a reaction. So therefore, you want to be in a position not to just react, but in a position to give a proper response. But in order to give a proper response, you must be prepared. You must have a solid foundation. You must be solidified in what you believe, what you're pressing into. Why? Because you know the old song or the old saying that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. I'm not saying that I am set and I am all everything is all laid out. There are some places that I'm still setting the path so that any road won't take me there, that I'm getting on the right road and doing all the right things so that I can get to the place that I need to be, so that I can continue to press on toward the destiny that I'm actually pressing toward to. So what am I saying? They got the saying, walk like a duck, quack like a duck, look like a duck, then it must be a duck. As believers, you cannot say that. Why? Because in the word, it talks about wolves in sheep's clothing. Do you realize what I just said? It walked like a duck, quacked like a duck, and it looked like a duck. It never said anything about the heart. It never said anything about the DNA structure. Do you realize that the word says, try the spirit by the spirit? Why do you want to try the spirit by the spirit? Because it tries the inner man, because the spirit of God trumps everything, and there must be an agreement. So therefore, if you start to say, okay, if this is a duck, it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Well, this is the nature of a duck. Let's see if it actually does this. Then let's go see one more thing. Does it do this? Because this is going to give me the heart of a duck. So then that's how it is with you. That's how it is as a believer. You got to listen very intently, because people will tell on themselves. I know this by experience. Look, people be like, oh, why you not saying nothing? You're not doing nothing. Because I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm looking at what you're doing. Why? Because you trying to get me to buy into the lie. You trying to get me to buy into you believing into yourself. Now, if we didn't have a conversation and you wasn't true with me, then maybe I could understand and maybe support you because you're trying to get over a hump in some unbelief in some area that you're not confident in. But if you're just trying to get me to buy into your story, I need to test. It needs to pass the litmus test. Oh, the king's men, what am I saying? There are principalities, there are rulers of dark places, and there is spiritual wickedness in high places. That means that there is wickedness all around. There are principalities that are ruling. That means that there are levels that they're hovering over and they're ruling, even though they're subject to the highest principality, to the highest power, which is the Almighty God, the all knowing God. But we must realize that there are principalities that are in this earth that are ruling, and people are submitting to those. That's why we must listen intently, we must see intently. Because you're going to be able to see through why? Because if you ask God to increase your discernment, God will allow you to see some things that you never saw before. That's going to continue to be like, you know what? I may not see progress, but long as I continue to press, I don't get stagnant and stop because I don't see progress. But if I continue to press, then I know and keep my eye on where I am going. Look, don't be afraid to adjust the plan, but don't adjust the destination. I'm going to talk about that probably next time. Don't adjust the destination, adjust the plan. Why? Because if you start to look at there are some releases out there about destiny, about success. The road success doesn't sit here, in the road to success is like that. No, it's a road that does this. Sometimes there's some U-turns, turn around, all of that 360s and all of that to get you there. It's not a straight line. All I'm saying is where you're going. Don't get caught up by what you see and what you're hearing. It's nothing but things to get you sidetracked, especially in this time. There are a lot of things and a lot of teachings that are coming to challenge the Bible, to challenge Jesus, to challenge who Jesus was, to challenge who God is, to challenge the Bible, to challenge the writers of the Bible. We know that man wrote the Bible because God is a spirit. So, no, we can't assign God a sexuality. We can't assign God a sex, male or female. But we know that God is a spirit and God came to the earth and he created a man first. He created human, and that human happened to be a male. So come on, people, stop being bamboozled by this food. People want to break down the simplest things when the simplest things is just believe. That's why God made salvation so easy. Is just believe. The enemy then came and tried to make this thing so complicated. But then God said, look, just change your heart. Transform your heart to my heart. Transform your heart to believe on me with all thy soul, with all thy might. Believe in me. And then they want to talk about God as a jealous. He's a jealous God because he created you. Come on. And he loves you just that much. And he don't give us what we deserve. Be careful of what you see and what you hear in these times. Because people have become lovers of themselves. People have become full of knowledge. Things are advancing in this earth. Yes, they are. And God have given us that ability. You already know that. We are smarter, we are wiser, but it's up to us to figure it out. That's why we continue to press into God, because God starts to release our creativity. We are not made equal. We all have our own position in this earth. Why? Because we all are part of many members of one body. That means that yes, some are going to be smarter than others in certain areas, but everybody has a purpose under the sun, in this earth, under the sun. All the king's men, thank you once again for joining in today. My prayer today is something that was said, have blessed your life tremendously, and said, I would never be the same. I would never listen and never hear that person, this or that, the same again. Why? Because yes, it walks like a duck. Yes, it quacks like a duck. Yes, it looks like a duck, but it does not pass the litmus test. All the king's men, look, 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 look. My prayer today is you have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and blessed with the coming till next time. Be blessed.